DC, we've got a major update on a hell of a lot of movies. Basically, this is the DCU Slate update. They did a big press conference, or closed press conference really anyway, but they've revealed quite a lot of stuff. James Gunn and Peter Safran, they're going to be culminating to a Avengers Endgame style movie, which will be interesting, I guess. Some news on the Penguin season 2, some news on the Batman, just some news in general. So I thought we'd take a look and break it down for you all. If you enjoy videos like this, don't forget to hit subscribe. But yeah, it's an interesting one. So basically there was a DCU press event, which was on Friday, but now a bunch of media outlets have obviously gone, hey, you know, we can talk about this now. So that was from Friday. Now we get to talk about it. Don't understand why they didn't reveal it across the weekend, but I'm guessing probably the awards season, maybe. So the pair revealed that they intend to release 2 live-action movies and 1 animated DC film per year. So the plan is to also release 2 live-action shows and 2 animated series for Max per year. Now that's an interesting thing to break down just straight away. They want to release 2 live-action films a year and 1 animated film a year, plus 2 live-action shows and 2 animated shows for Max per year. So one of those animated movies will be, well, the animated movie will be a theatrical movie by the sounds of it, because they've made a distinction between Max and releasing a movie. 2 DC films per year. I think that is doable, but not in the current climate. So currently, I think that there is a apathy that is palpable. I think most people, you know, there's a tangibility to this feeling that people are a bit sick of superheroes in general and comic book movies. Marvel especially is feeling that, especially with Captain America Brave New World. People have checked out. So in the current climate, 2 live action movies and 1 animated movie a year, I don't think is actually doable. I will say this, that could change massively the moment Superman releases and if it's a hit. If that happens, 2 live action movies and 1 animated is definitely doable. That works. But I just thought that was interesting straight away. Gunn has a 6-year plan. So that's what he wants to do. He has a 6-year plan for movies. So like 12 odd movies he's going to do there. And it's going to culminate in an Endgame style movie at the end. Okay. So 6 years, then an Endgame movie. We had, 10 years of Marvel, didn't we? Then Endgame. I think that works as well. It's nice to know it's building towards something. So, is Zack Snyder back at DC? No, he's not, basically. No, he's not back at DC. There was a photo. He was there for some unbeknownst reason, but he's not back there. He's not working with DC. Been lots of rumours about Robert Pattinson joining DC. It's a firm no at this point in time. No, Robert Pattinson is not the DCU's Batman. The wording from James Gunn was, that's not the plan. He said it's not the plan to do that, which is an interesting one. And that was here. So he says, where was it? It's very unlikely that Robert Pattinson will lead The Brave and the Bold. It's certainly not the plan, like it's certainly not the plan. And then Safran chimed in and says, no, yeah, we love him. But, you know, we have to introduce a Batman into the DCU. You know, it's imperative. And so that's the plan with Brave and Bold. So, who knows? Who knows what that is? Now, this is an interesting one. The Brave and the Bold. And they say this here. Brave and the Bold. Basically, it is still in development. But Andy Muschietti, although still attached, is not working with the writer. He's not developing it. Why would you get Andy Muschietti on board? Why would you get any director on board if you're not going to work with them to develop the movie? It's a bit of a weird one, isn't it? And this is where Hollywood Reporter come in and say this. We're developing the Brave and the Bold script right now, and he'll be the first one to see it. So it's quite literally like made for committee movies, isn't it? And that's what Safran said, Peter Safran said, referring to Muschietti, while also strongly implying the filmmaker's not involved in the project's development. That's a recipe for disaster. Gunn went so far as to say he was now the driving force of the title. Everybody knows I love Batman and it's important to me, so I'm working very closely with the writer on Brave and the Bold. And they haven't bothered to reveal the writer's name either. But that's not good. That's really weird. As for whether Batman could show up before his long-delayed team-up with Robin, Gunn teased, I wouldn't rule anything out. He could show up in something else, but the actor doesn't exist yet. So one very likely possibility has to be the writer Mike Flanagan and director James Watkins' Clayface. It's described as a body horror film, which is what I've been banging on about for years. Gunn said the idea is for it to work as a pure horror movie for somebody who doesn't care at all about DC. That could work really well. Shooting on Clayface begins this summer, but Alan Tudyk will not be reprising the title role after lending his voice to Creature Commando's Clayface. During the event, Gunn revealed that he's so far mapped out the 6-year plan, like I said. So explaining that every DC project works as its own thing. It isn't like they're chapters of an overall story. They're characters that are part of an overall story I'm intimately involved in where it's headed. Interesting. Safran was a little bit more forthcoming. Detailed that DC Studios' goal is to release those 2 movies, like I said. It's hard enough making a good movie with a good script, Gunn said. It's almost impossible making a movie with a script that you're writing on the run. So he remains steadfast in making sure that each of these projects works as a standalone project so that you can go see Superman and you can go watch Lanterns without having to see them both. Interesting. Safran sort of contradicted that by stating DC Studios was relaunched to create a shared universe because people want to see these iconic characters interacting. So a lot of confliction there. They said this about Penguin Season 2. So said that they don't know. There are a lot of moving pieces, probably most important Colin himself. They've won so many awards. That'd be criminal not to do a Penguin Season 2. Apparently Matt Reeves still hasn't turned in a script for Batman Part 2. Even though they've sort of said that it's basically done. So that's interesting. But filming will start towards the end of the year. So who knows what's going on there. Superman is in post-production. So there you go. Gunn heads back to Atlanta for additional work. Won't be at Comic-Con in summer. Supergirl is halfway through production. Lanterns is in production. Will premiere in early 2026. Sergeant Rock. Safran said that they've met with Daniel Craig. Search is underway for an actor to star in the movie. Swamp Thing sounds like it's placed on the back burner as James Mangold is busy with other projects. The Authority doesn't really sound like it's happening. It's a big movie. Some of the other story elements from various DC projects overlap. Teen Titans confirmed Supergirl writer Anna Nagura has a script, but she's still working on it. Bane Deathstroke, they only confirmed Matthew Orton is writing a script, but wouldn't say it's for a Bane Deathstroke movie. Peacemaker Season 2 is premiere in August. Booster Gold, they had a showrunner, but he bailed. And now Booster Gold is moving forward with somebody else. Waller, apparently it sounded like it might not happen, as Gunn admitted. Waller has been a bumpy road, and they're struggling to find the right script. Paradise Lost, still in development. Blue Beetle animated series should be greenlit soon. Follows what happened in the movie, so that's like firmly just a movie there. So there you go. I mean, they got all these other things like DC Studios Starfire, Superpowers, My Adventures with Green Lantern. And that's it. There's not much else really to go through, to be honest. That is DCU Slate update. An update on everything there. Some of it sounds good. Some of it sounds bad. What are your thoughts? Drop them down below. Take care. Bye-bye now.